Okay, so today I am sitting with
Me?
3D Doug.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yay!
Please remain seated.
Yes. How are you?
Lovely, and yourself?
Oh, so good.
Okay.
Good. Okay. All right. So, first I will ask the question that everyone asks that I already know you're going to say no to. Will you reenact your act?
No.
Okay. Moving forward. All right. What is your name?
Doug DeNeview.
What is your favorite color?
Yellow.
What is the wingspan of a swallow?
6 inches.
You're supposed to say African or European.
No, I'm not peeing.
Ah! Okay. All right. Anyway, what motivated you to participate in the competition?
Well, back in the 80s, I was a DJ in a nightclub club called Confetti. And so we did a lot of lip syncing, a lot of just stand up and just pretend like you're singing and stuff like that, right? Just basic lip syncing back in the 80s. But then I heard the song 19 by Paul Hardcastle, and standing in the booth, I was watching them dancing, but they weren't really paying attention to the words. So the words meant a lot to me because your grandfather served in the Korean War, and so I really felt like if we're doing lip syncing, maybe I should do something with that song, because I felt like people really needed to pay attention to the words more instead of just dancing to the really cool beat, So I put together this act. I had a lot of influences. Full Metal Jacket and was one of them. Just how people were just trained to be, killers, and so basically they just turned into robots, killing machines, and so that's where the robotic part of it came in, and then the other movie was with the one with Charlie Sheen,
Platoon,
where he gets he's in country and he gets off the plane and he sees that one guy walk past him, and he has that sunken, that face looks like he'd been through hell. So that's where the makeup came through. So I had been a makeup artist in college at Sacramento State, and so I applied that that expertise, I guess if you want to call it that, the training that I had in makeup to putting on that kind of a face. So I did the robotics as a programmed type of warrior, type of killing machine with that look, and I got up on the platform and I started doing my act. And people were like, wow. I heard from people, including the people that actually worked there. The hey, I know, I know you want to be part of the show too, don't you? You're just so cute, aren't you?
that's Snowflake.
Yes, Snowflake. Okay, all right, you can go back down now. Hi, everybody. Okay, all right, go back down. So, from what I understood, after I got done with my act, the waitresses came up to me and said, "Well, I hate when you do that act." And I said, "Why?"
A little scary.
Because people just stand there and I can't get through with my drinks.
Oh,
People are just standing there looking at you.
Hypnotized.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to,
Do my job.
Prevent you from doing yours.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I mean, long short of it, they told me I should go on Put On the Hits. And I was in Sacramento at that point, and Putting On the Hits was being taped in Burbank, California. And so when I graduated from college, I thought, what the heck? So I graduated that year.
What year was that?
85.
85.
And then I moved everything I had in the back of my little Chevy Love pickup truck, everything I owned, and drove down to LA and made a go of it. So that's...
Did you get on your first try, like your first what is it? It's not an interview, but your first rehearsal.
Okay, well, I had no idea what to even do. I had no idea where to even go.
Yeah.
But I finally found out that the rehearsals or the auditions for putting on this were held at Tony Roma's in Universal City.
Okay.
Which so basically is a dinner theater. So
Yeah.
people are eating their ribs, and they're watching, lip sync.
Oh, so
And
anyone could be in there.
Well, yeah. So anybody could have auditioned, and so basically it's a competition, a weekly competition. I think the first place was $150, and I won it.
For 85, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad for 85. For one night's for a few minutes, for actually 5 minutes. Was I think the length of the act. And so after that, I had some people come to me from the audience, namely Evan, who was one of the guys who helped me with the 19. He was a host that was hosting talent shows. And then I had another couple of guys come up to me and ask me if I wanted to go to their competitions because they were hosting and were looking for new acts. So then I had unraveled this lip syncing environment. This I guess, what do you want to call it? Not I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Fad or
no, it's not a fad. It was a circuit.
a circuit. Oh, okay.
Well, there were different shows every night of the week, and so I was lined up with shows every night of the week. So I started going to all these shows, and I started winning all these shows. And all of a sudden, I'm making 150, 100, 75, 50, and at the end of the week, it all added up. Some weeks I made $500, and some weeks I made close to $1,000. So. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, I don't need a temporary job anymore. I was with Kelly's Temporary Services at that point because I needed a job. So I stopped doing that, and I just did the lip syncing. And so I was living off of that.
So out of curiosity, how much was rent in Los Angeles in 1985?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
I think it was like $750 for a studio apartment.
Okay.
For the month.
Okay.
But I was making that in a week.
Yeah. That's not even close anymore nowadays. It's not even. Well,
Yeah.
So I found this from 1980. Are you okay with me sharing it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Found this. My dad, wherever the camera is, it's right there. Look at that handsome stud. Oh my goodness.
That was high school.
So is there what was the story behind
No,
this?
that's Bye Bye Birdie. I was in high school drama, which is when I was a kid. I just wanted to be a performer ever since the 4th grade. So, pardon me. So, my senior year, my drama teacher asked me what play I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to do Bye Bye Birdie. And she said, "What part do you want?" And I said, I want to be Conrad Birdie.
Okay.
And so your Nana, my mom, had that suit custom made for me.
Bougie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And I actually found a picture of Papa since you mentioned him.
Oh, okay.
So I want to share that too.
Okay.
Here's
That's my pop.
That's my grandpa, his dad.
Yep.
He's the one who fought in the Korean War. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe your experience from the audition process to the final competition? I mean, you kind of touched it a little bit.
Yeah. But at that point, I was told that I was going to be invited back to the semifinals for putting on the hits. But in the meantime, I was still out there performing. So I took every advantage I could of getting our opportunity I could of getting myself videotaped so I could watch myself perform. So I could watch it and go, okay, I like that, but I don't like that. And so it helped me kind of enhance my act a little bit more. Because what you see on Putting on the Hits is not what my act looked like at the beginning.
Yeah. And really quick, might I touch, wasn't there someone who had helped you with this routine?
Evan.
Okay.
guy,
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. He was known as Felix back in the day,
Oh. The
Yeah.
cat?
I guess.
Was he catty?
No, actually, he was a really nice guy. But yeah, he actually extended my act a little bit by doing the prologue from Platoon,
Mm.
from Charlie Sheen, and then walking in, and he added helicopters and the noise of the choppers, and then I started him with the song,
Mm.
which was really cool, and that helped enhance the act a lot. So, I mean, there's one example of where I was doing a show. I can't remember what it was. The DJ told me afterwards that he had to leave the room because he had PTSD.
Mm.
When he heard the helicopters, he had to leave the room. And so, really, I mean, this was. I mean, I'm sorry that happened to him, but I mean, this was really my way of honoring the vets,
Mm-hmm.
the Vietnam vets. Again, I didn't like the fact that people weren't listening to the words; they were just dancing to the music, and I just wanted them to get the message that the average age of the combat soldier in Vietnam was 19 years old.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And so, and he was affected by that, but he said thank you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for doing that, and that made me feel really good. So, that's one of the reasons why I did that. But I'm sorry,
No, you're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
am I good? Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
But, all right, but yeah. So, a lot of rehearsing, a lot of going through things over and over again, just to refining it, tightening it up, just making sure that my movements were more fluid, and they just came together better. So from the beginning of the act to what you saw in putting on the hits, was a huge change, a lot of improvement, a lot of changing.
And I know that there were some people asking for the extended version, but we don't know where that is, do we?
Oh God, no! That was filmed down in North Hollywood. I think I can't remember the name of It was a country bar, but even then, you wouldn't want to see it. It's not even remotely close to
what it became.
Yeah, what it became. I mean, it was just like I looked at that and went, "Oh my God, I could do so much better."
I gotcha. Okay. And kind of going off of the reaction, I did see a couple of comments on the previous interview about how someone said that their dad was a vet, and it just made them so mad. And I know that wasn't your intent to,
No.
And I guess wanted to let people know my dad wasn't trying to purposely trigger veterans who have PTSD.
Or capitalize on it.
Yeah. So just wanted to stress on that because I did see a couple comments on our previous interview of people who were rightfully upset, that their parent had PTSD from that. So my dad wasn't trying to trigger anyone or anything like that. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is the most surprising aspect of competing on the show?
I think the most surprising part of it was that I was the only one who had something unique. I thought when I walked into the competition that I was going to see something different, like me, or something else. I didn't see. For the most part, I just saw people just doing regular lip sync type of stuff. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't see anything creative. I mean, there was a level of creativity there. I'm not diminishing that. I mean, I'm just saying that I thought that there was going to be something more
dramatic, maybe.
Well, just thinking more outside the box.
Well, there
not
was
just standing. I mean, there were some people that had good acts. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I just thought there would have been more out there that would have been more. I don't know. Unique, as opposed to just getting up on stage and pretending that you're singing a song. The other surprising thing was the director came up to me after I'd gone through the final, and he came up to me and said, "We had a bet on who was going to win the season. And the director said, I had my bet on you. So that was pretty cool.
So, kind of branching off of that, where did the ranking come from then?
Ranking?
Yeah, like you got 30, 30, 30.
Oh, originality, performance, and appearance.
Who did that? Was it an audience?
There were 3 judges.
Okay, so the director had nothing to do. It was just okay.
Yeah, the 3 judges for each 3 of the shows. There was a preliminary, there was a semifinal, and a final. And there were 3 different judges for each performance. So the preliminary was $1,000, the semifinals was $2,500, and the finals was $5,000.
Okay, and you won the semifinals.
I won all 3.
You won all 3.
Right.
I thought the finals you lost to the guy who did that.
No, that was the super final.
Oh, super final.
Because they got, after I won my season.
Okay. Oh, they did a best of the best.
Right. Yes.
Got it.
And I lost to the Lionel Richie, Diana Ross.
Got it. Okay. That's where I was just like, wait a minute. Thought there was
Yeah,
okay.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was excellent. So that's what I'm talking about. Those are the types of unique type of things that I was looking to compete against. And he was a perfect example of that. And I didn't see it in my season.
Gotcha. Okay. How did you prepare for the various challenges throughout the competition?
Rehearsing. And then as I was getting ready to perform, I would sit. We actually were at the studio where they did they televised. They did the tapings for People's Court. Judge Wapner back in the day. For those of you who know, you know.
You know.
Yeah, well, Judge Wapner had his place where he sat. I don't know what you want to call it.
Like a little podium? Or...
Yeah. And so basically I found a dark corner back behind that, away from everybody else. And I just sat there and I just focused. Breathed and focused. Focused on what I needed to do, where I needed to hit my moves, and what, and since I was working with cameras, I needed to know where the cameras were too, so I could use the cameras.
Did they have the stereotypical red light on top when the one that was being used?
Yeah. And so I had 3 cameras on the stage, one here, one here, one here. And so when I was doing my act, I would look for the red light, and then none of them, and then look away, so I could make eye contact with the camera. So I was working the cameras too.
Being a little creep.
Yep.
Got it.
You know me.
Who are you?
No.
Oh, okay. Yes. Can you share a memorable moment that stood out to you during the competition? Any of them, I guess, since there were multiple.
Well, I think just the one with the director, I think that was probably the most memorable, and the fact that I got perfect scores every show.
I bet that felt good, though. When
I
the
got
director
30, 30, 30, and they're like, yeah, 30, 30, 30. It was like, yeah. I mean, it was just like amazing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What was the biggest challenge you faced during the competition, and how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge, just getting over the nerves. I mean, it was just very nerve-wracking. I mean, this was huge to me. I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, you're on a nationally televised, competition, and you have one chance to make it, and you're being judged by 3 judges. I mean, so you have one opportunity to nail it, and so the biggest challenge I had was just getting over the nerves, and just I just wanted to do my best.
So were the judges like celebrity judges? They were?
Yeah.
What celebrities were they?
Oh, I don't remember them.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay. So they were very...
Sorry.
They left an impression. That's good.
But I didn't. No, I was too nervous to even remember anybody.
That makes sense.
I couldn't even remember my own name. Let's put it that way.
All right. How did you handle the pressure and the stress of competing on national television?
I drank a lot.
As one does.
Yeah.
Just slushed.
No. I just... I did a lot of reflecting. I did a lot of just thinking. Whenever I would drive anywhere, as I do now, I don't listen to radio. I don't listen to, music or anything like that. I just kind of reflect. I just kind of think about what I did and how I did it and what I could do better, what I could do differently, if I needed to. So basically, that's kind of how I dealt with it. And then just wake up the next day and just go on. It's the way it is.
I don't know because I'm a woman and I have ADHD. I cannot reflect.
Okay.
There's
a squirrel.
I have 50 voices.
Okay,
Yeah. I would go crazy. All right. Let's see. In what ways did this experience change you personally or professionally?
I think what it did was it taught me that really life is a competition. I mean, wherever you're at in your life, whether it be putting on the hits or whether it be your job or whether it be a sports thing. I mean, life's about a competition. It's all about being the best you can be. So, I mean, you really, if it's your love, if it's your passion, you need to be the best at it. You need to be the best you possibly can be. So, really, I mean, that's how it affected me. And it affected every aspect of my life, including my job. So, really just going to work every day and just being the best you can be. And so, it did help me because I ended up being promoted, it's in retail. But I ended up being a district manager, from being the store manager, from assistant manager, and so on. So, I mean, just learning how to compete, because really you are competing with people, because there are jobs that it's finite. I mean, there are only so many jobs out there that are in your wheelhouse. So if you want that next step, you have to compete for it. And so really life is a competition. And so really that's kind of how it helped me.
Yeah, life's a highway.
Yeah.
You just want to ride it.
All night long.
All night long. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Did you learn any skills during the competition that you plan to apply in your future endeavors? Or did you apply it?
I mean, I just pretty much told you that, so it's kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
All right. How was winning the competition affected... What? How has...
Are you keeping track of these?
No.
I mean, do you need to check them off as you go? Or?
You need to stop hitting the bottle. How has winning the competition affected your life since the show ended?
Well, it affected me in the fact that I was able to pay off my college loan.
Well, that's a big thing.
I was able to get that truck, that car, that house,
whatever
I wanted. I got the truck.
What truck?
It was a Toyota raised red fire engine red pickup truck.
What year was
with
it?
A roll bar, 87.
Was it new when you bought it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just walked onto the lot and said, "Yeah, I want that one. Yeah, I'm gonna write you a check."
Fancy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a good point in my life.
Where were you living during that time?
I was living in Los Angeles. I was living in Redondo Beach.
You were? Okay. Is that when you were with my mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Was I around at that time?
Not quite.
Ah, okay. I was a sparkle in your eye?
No, the sparkle had already diminished. You were already baking.
I was baking.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Can you describe any connections or friendships you formed with fellow competitors?
Yeah, like I said, Evan and Christopher, who helped me develop my second act, The Human Jukebox. Skip Banks, we used to be roommates. He was also a host of some numerous shows that I performed in. But I mean, those are the main three that I can think of. But all three of them, to this day, I thank them, all three of them, for what they did to help me out.
Okay.
So.
What advice would you give to someone considering entering a similar competition?
Be unique. Don't copy somebody else. I mean, yeah, lip syncing is pretty much copying somebody else, but I didn't just copy somebody else. I mean, I took it to a whole different level. I mean, it was You gotta think outside the box. You gotta be different. If you want people to notice you and you want people to really pay attention to you, you gotta be not only do what you're good at, but do it in a way that's uniquely you, and not just pretend or copy somebody else's good idea. There are a lot of great ideas out there. There is an infinitesimal amount of ideas out there that have not even been realized.
Dropping some big words out there.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Not really. But there's so many things out there. There's an infinite amount of possibilities that have not even been realized yet. So just be unique, be yourself, and try to find something different that sets you apart.
Okay. All right. Well, how did you plan to use your platform from winning the show?
Oh, to try and get into acting. But I got pigeonholed as a dancer, a break dancer. Well, it wasn't break dancing. But back in the 80s, break dancing was a big deal. But I wasn't a break dancer. I did some robotics. But my dream was I graduated from Sacramento State University with a theater arts degree, and I wanted to be an actor.
Who else graduated from there?
Tom Hanks.
Oh.
A couple of years before me.
You had the same teacher, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
You did a commercial, the oil.
Valvoline. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, they hired me because they saw me on putting on the hits. In fact, when I went to the audition and I did that, the guy came up to me and goes, God, that's exactly what we're looking for. We saw that show, putting on the hits, and we saw that, and that's exactly what we wanted. And I said, well, it's me. He goes, no way. I said, way.
Did you do any other commercials or?
No, just some. No, that was the biggest one. And then I did some just extra work. Did a lot of traveling though, internationally, doing my act.
Yeah. Where were some of your favorite places?
Chile, Santiago, Chile, Madrid, Spain. Where else? I was in Canada for a little bit. Edmonton, British Columbia. Germany. We did Munich. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I found some old headshots.
Great.
Look at that stud muffin. May I?
Yeah.
There he is. There he is. Look at. Can we get a? Oh yes, dashing, darling, dashing.
Yes. Thank you.
And I got one more,
Okay.
and it's not the one you think it is.
I wasn't even thinking, but okay.
The one that Papa drew.
Oh yeah. You can do that.
Look at that one.
Okay.
This is so handsome. He's a handsome man right there. Look. Oh my goodness.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's hair.
I found those and I was like, oh, yes. Gotta put those in. Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
When's this going to be over?
Not yet.
Okay.
If you could have dinner with one celebrity or past competitor, who would it be and why?
I would like to actually sit down and have dinner with Christopher and Evan and Skip.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think Chris commented on the old video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like one of them did. I can't remember. There was a guy who said that you performed at his wedding, and you told him to stay strange. Can't remember his name.
I tell everybody to stay strange.
Oh, well.
I do. Really, it's the only way to live.
All right, well, Chris, you guys, send me a message. Maybe we can work something out.
Okay.
All right. What do you enjoy doing outside of your... So I guess what did you enjoy doing outside of your competition-related activities? So when you were competing, was there anything you liked to do outside of that?
Not really. I mean, I was working, and then at that point, I was helping take care of you, and then, I mean, I would go see movies. I mean, not a lot. I mean, just trying to keep focusing on what I needed to do to keep making money. So it was just all about focusing on the job and my career.
You also still like to be in theater.
True that. So yeah, I was just in a performance of The Importance of Being Earnest. So I do like community theater.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you.
And then your granddaughters got to see you in Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. I was in that one too.
Yeah. They love that, by the way.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. All right. How did you unwind after high pressure experience of the competition?
Like I said, driving home, because usually everywhere I had to go, I had to drive. So it was usually anywhere between a half an hour to an hour to half to 2 hours.
Depending on traffic.
Just Southern California is a vast expanse of land. So you just have to drive wherever you have to drive to go to the show. So I would just, again, no radio, no music, just think about what I did and how I did, and what I could do better, what I'm going to do next. There's just a lot of thinking. So, yeah, I know it's boring.
No. It's actually kind of mature for someone who is in their young 20s, right?
Well, my parents taught me well.
Oh. All right. What is one thing fans might be surprised to know about you?
Well, I do like theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like. Yeah, you kind of jumped on that one. I was going to save that one but that's the answer to that one. No. So community theater. Because I always wanted to be an actor. So when I realized that I didn't want to do acting professionally, I decided that I'd be happy just doing a regular job and just doing community theater. So I mean, I've done numerous community theater projects, and I'm still, I'm not done. So maybe someday I'll get back on stage again.
Yeah.
But I love community theater.
He also likes gaming.
Diablo 4. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me into gaming.
Yeah. Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because Quake and Doom.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And PC gaming. PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
superior.
PC.
It's PC. Yes. So if anyone plays Diablo 4,
I'm on.
so am I, but I'm irrelevant. All right. Let's see. What is your favorite childhood memory? Besides being stuck under a log and being shoved out of a car.
Those were my favorites.
Or Fluffy.
Fluffy that's a good one too, but and I'm not going to share that one. Favorite childhood memory, I guess. I don't know. I mean, gee, there are so many.
Memories. Cue sparkles.
I guess high school. When I moved to the Angels Camp area, California, I was like 98 pounds as a freshman, and I was the weakling, but I decided that I wanted to get into football.
Of course.
Who wouldn't at 98 pounds? But my favorite memory, I think, was in high school when I came into my own, and that's when I got involved in high school theater and started getting involved in sports. And my senior year, I guess, was my favorite memory, just because I was at my peak in high school sports, and then also in theater with Bye Bye Birdie again, and then I was doing really well in football and track and that kind of thing. So I guess that would be it.
So just to elaborate, when he applied to play for football, he was applying for the ball. He was trying to be the ball, but you ended up being a player.
Because I'm a baller.
Okay. My favorite memory of your childhood is the picture of you holding an axe to your grandpa's head.
Okay. It wasn't real.
I just remember going through the pictures, and I was like, okay, all right.
That wasn't real.
Fake
It
axe.
was totally
Fake.
staged.
He has to say that because
Yeah.
it's recorded.
I told you not to say that.
I'm sorry. Can you share a story about a pivotal moment in your life besides me?
Ballet. It was very pivotal.
You actually shot. I was like, wait, what?
What?
Ballet? Really?
Yeah, see, no, pivotal. No, I mean, really. When I always knew what I wanted to do, and I always knew that, I was going to end up on stage, and I always knew that I was just going to be just a outgoing person, and so really no pivotal other than just me realizing that I had confidence in myself and that I was successful, and that people liked my performances, and so really that's kind of it, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What were your dreams and aspirations when you were my age?
Your age? Okay, so 45.
Wow, you just aged yourself, even though I'm not.
Well, I look that old. I'm just kidding.
I'm not 45.
No, you're not. Being successful in my career, I guess, was my dreams and aspirations. So that way I could do better by my family and prepare for my retirement.
How old was I when you were 36?
I was 25.
No, when you were 36, how old was I?
I'm 25 years older than you.
Okay.
51. So
How old was I?
at that point, well, you're 25 years younger than me.
Okay.
Do the math.
No.
Anybody got a calculator?
I was just trying to think. I'm trying to remember. Okay.
Well, yeah, when I'm 51, I'm focusing on my career. Yeah. Which is retail, by the way. Retail management.
Yeah. How'd you meet my mom?
At a competition, a contest, and I was done, and she was staring me down like...
Ribeye steak? Tomahawk steak.
She was staring me down. I just stood up and I looked at her and I went, oh, hi. And then it was like, okay, I went over and asked her if I could buy her a drink, and then the rest is history, and here you are.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
It didn't happen that night, by the way, just so you know.
Well, the next part was, what was your first impression of her? And now I know it was,
we
hi.
don't want to, yeah, she's a nice person, and
No, your first impression when you first met her.
She was very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very attractive.
Yeah. For blonde. Beach bunny.
Mm-hmm.
You like the beach bunnies? Yeah. All right. What is the most important lesson you've learned in life?
To be the best you can be. There are no gimmies in this life. I mean, you really just have to earn what you get and work hard for it. And just the harder you work for it, the easier it will come to you. Life's not like a giveaway or a handout. It's you really have to work hard for what you want to do. And if you do that, then you will be rewarded by, whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it be money or fame or accolade or whatever. But you can't just sit on your haunches and expect it to come to you. You have to go out and get it. So you have to chase after it. And so, because it's not going to come to you, you have to go to it. So that's, I think, the most important thing. And my parents taught me that. So, but then, as you're a child, you just kind of like, okay, yeah, right, Mom.
I wasn't that bad.
Right, Dad, okay. But when you get older, it's like you realize that's what your parents' job is. It's to teach you how to get out there on your own and spread your wings and have
Fly.
your life. And, well, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't that bad of a teenager.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
not that bad.
I was a teenager.
No, you were a teenager, so
Yeah.
I gave you some slack.
I do like slacks. They're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you wish you had done differently in your career or personal life?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'd do it all over again.
All right. What values do you think are the most important to pass down to future generations?
Get off your butt and work.
I do.
Well, I'm not saying just
Oh.
you. Generations, that implies plurality. So there are just way too many people nowadays where they just kind of expect it to just come to them.
Yeah.
Entitlement, and I just think that that's just wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way I see the younger generations going. I mean, some of them, great, but some of them not so much. And so I think really people just need to understand that, you just don't rely on the government to give you what you need. You need to get out there and get it yourself.
Yep. I agree. How do you handle challenges and setbacks in life?
Knowing that every day starts again the next day.
That's important.
It's a reset button.
Yeah.
So if you're having a bad day, think about it, reflect on it.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do better? And then go to sleep, and then wake up the next day and do your best to see a brand new start. Just try something different. Just move on. I mean, just don't dwell. Just keep trying and trying and trying and trying.
Yeah. And if it's work related, don't bring it home.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of your fondest memories of our family vacaciones?
I think between you and I, it was just when we were driving with each other. And we had the chance to visit and talk, and we had a lot of laughs, and the Stevie Wonder
I was just thinking.
Stuck
on the
sitting,
405.
sitting in traffic, and I'd have my Stevie Wonder wig on with my glasses, my sunglasses, and I'd be sitting like this behind the wheel.
And you told me not to laugh.
And I was, well, don't blow it. And driving like this. And people would look at...
Very uncomfortable.
What? So, I mean, it was just kind of fun. I mean, we took every opportunity to make each other crack up, so...
Yeah. Oh, Ripley just sent a message.
Okay.
And... yeah, that's also how you ingrained the state capitals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taught you all the state capitals.
Yes. And then you would mess with me with the band The Who.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like there was another one. Or was it just The Who and Yes?
I think it was just The Who and Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is this?
Yes.
Is it this person? No.
Who?
Who? Yes. All right. Let's see. How do you think our family dynamics have changed over the years?
I think there's too much media involved. Back when I was a kid, we would have to unplug from TV, which wasn't difficult.
Yeah.
It was all the way over in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have a tablet. We didn't have a handheld. We didn't have something to look at constantly 24/7.
You're referring to your
And then
grandchildren?
like I'm talking well, they're an example, but
Yeah.
everybody, I mean, everybody's just so plugged in. It's like, well, are you just focusing on that? Or are you focusing on what's going on around you in your life? And they're not. They're focusing on this.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all about this in their hand. And people walking down the street doing this.
Yeah.
And people dying because they want a selfie over a cliff. Hello? So, really, what's more important? This or your life?
Yeah. That's why I've gotten rid of my, Facebook and everything.
Right. So, unplug for, half the day. I mean, you want to, enjoy, your show, or you want to enjoy some social media, fine, but do you have to do it 24/7?
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Love you too, baby. Sorry. Had to reply.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, I agree.
No,
What?
I agree.
No, I agree.
No, I agree.
All right. What traditions from your childhood do you think we should continue as a family?
I think we just said it. But I think basically sitting down at the table at dinner, taking the tablets, unplugging them or powering them down, and having a face-to-face conversation about, hey, how was your day today? And this talking,
Yeah.
as opposed to looking at SpongeBob while I'm eating breakfast, or whatever. I mean, it's just there's a lot to be said for interaction between family members when you have face-to-face conversations, as opposed to just existing around one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an addiction for the kids, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. How do you handle relationships with your parents?
A lot differently now than before. When I was younger, it was just like, yeah, Mom, okay, sure, Dad, all right. But now, as I'm getting older, I can appreciate where they were coming from as my parents. Now parenting comes to a different level, because I'm still your parent, but I'm not trying to control you or too much to guide you, because you're your own person. So, but you respect the children enough to let them make their own mistakes and learn from them, without being too pushy. And my parents did a good job at that. They let me make a lot of mistakes on my own and learn from them. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? No. Everybody wants to be on camera.
Yeah, they do. Well, she just loves you.
Okay, well, she can get over it.
What hobbies or interests do you wish you had pursued more?
Singing.
Singing.
Mm-hmm.
And guitar playing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was pretty good back in the day.
Yeah, you used to sing Pink Floyd.
Pretty good voice back in the day.
Yeah, you used to sing and play Pink Floyd to me. I remember that. What book or movie has had a significant impact on your life, and why?
I always go back to the books The Stand by Stephen King.
Great book.
And the movie Somewhere in Time, Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour. One for showing that their good will always prevail over evil, despite the uncertain odds that people face. And then the other one is just the fact that love endures. Always does.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Well, I feel like you kind of touched on this, but maybe you can expand a little bit. What sports or activities did you enjoy growing up?
Football and track.
Football and track. Okay, so you didn't mention track before.
Yeah, I got a ton of medals from track.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
All right.
How are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Are we doing good on time?
Yeah, we're doing good on time. We're almost done.
Because I have an appointment in just a few minutes.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What was the hardest part of being a parent?
Allowing my child to make mistakes without trying to stop her from making them.
I never made mistakes. Ever. That was awesome.
Stopping myself from saying, no, don't do that. But knowing that she needed to make her own mistakes so she can learn from them.
And I did.
Good.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too.
I would love... How did you approach discipline while raising me?
Why don't you answer that question?
You spanked me once.
Once in your lifetime.
Once in my lifetime.
No, twice, actually.
Oh, I only remember the once because I'm so traumatized from it.
I didn't have to do anything after that because you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
So discipline was basically speaking to you like you had a brain, because you had a brain, and reasoning with you and letting you know that there are going to be consequences for actions.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're good consequences or bad consequences, there will always be consequences based on your decisions.
Mm.
So when you made bad decisions, you had bad consequences, and then let you understand that those consequences, and they happened. I mean, they just happened. But for the most part, you were a very, very good girl. I mean, you listened to me. I mean, I got to the point where all I had to do was give you the look.
Yeah.
And then you were like, okay, I'm not going to go there. So, yeah, I think you did a good job.
And it's funny because the way that I look and the way that I dress and the way I've always looked and dressed, people always thought that I had daddy issues. When really...
They were mommy issues.
Wow!
I was just guessing.
Dang!
You could just say I was wrong.
Moving on.
I don't know. I was just guessing.
No.
Okay.
I'm an artistic person. And I guess that's usually now misconstrued as someone who has daddy issues.
Oh, gotcha.
Because of the shaved head and the tattoos and the being a punk and then the goth and, you know.
You're doing you're uniquely you.
Yes.
Hooray for you.
Yeah, and I'm still doing it. It's not
And
a
I don't
phase.
have a problem with anybody who's tattooed. I mean, that people can do that. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't judge. You want to pierce? Pierce. You want to tattoo? Tattoo. I don't really care.
Yeah. You're just going to get that one tattoo right above your butt?
Exit only?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What are your hopes for me when I was a child and now that I'm an adult?
You know, my hopes were that you would accept the car that I wanted to give you, but you decided not to.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, teenager, I did have a job, but I would have had to pay car insurance and I would have had to pay for gas.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could have paid 25 cents to take the city bus or $1.25 to get the Metro Day Pass, and I could literally go anywhere.
And that's just you thinking from day to day, but you weren't thinking long term. So when you decided to move out and you wanted to move across the country and you bought a piece of crap car and I had to go pick you up in Needles, California because you had a piece of crap car, and if you had taken my car, you would have made it across the country in a nice car, in a reliable car. But you did not do that, did you?
It was a 1988 Toyota Celica softback convertible.
I don't care if it had a hardback or a softback. It was a piece of crap.
I love that car.
Yeah, right. That's why you gave it away.
Okay, so anyway, what are your hopes for me now as an adult?
God.
You are such a woman.
Help her. Help her. No, you're doing just fine. I don't have any hopes for you other than just I hope you can put enough money away for retirement.
Yeah, me too. Working on it.
Okay.
How do you feel about the relationship we have today?
I love it. Loving it.
Is it really much different from when I was younger, though? No. Not really. No. Yeah. I don't think so. We were both pretty sarcastic and...
And loving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It really had changed.
No.
It's nice when you know who you are at such a young age. Referring to myself, and I'm sure you probably did too.
I knew who I was too.
Yeah.
And I knew who you were.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know, right?
But when you start getting dementia, I probably will tattoo your name on your forehead.
What?
Huh? So when you look in the mirror and you go, Douglas.
But you have to spell it backwards,
Yeah.
otherwise I'll be Gallowed. Gallowed.
Obviously, I would.
Gallowed?
Yeah. So.
Or good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm good.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are your fears or concerns do you have about the future? Let's not make this political.
Then no comment.
Okay. I already knew where it was going. If you want to just do a brief.
No.
No. Okay.
Pay attention who you're voting to. How about that?
How do you feel being out of California?
I like it.
Yeah, you enjoying Florida,
I love Florida.
even though the weather.
I love Florida. No, that's not, they were having triple digits out in where I lived in California for weeks on end, and we were like 85, 90 degrees. Yeah, it was a little humid, but
A little humid.
no, I'm good with humidity. I've been here for over a year, and I still have not had a problem with humidity.
Ugh. Wish I got those jeans from you then, cause
I got an extra set in the room.
Oh.
Some extra.
Look,
I got some jeans.
those '80s jeans with the buttons instead of zippers. Those need to make a comeback.
I have them.
I know. Those were awesome.
I know.
Like, those need to make a comeback. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Is that what they are? They're 501s?
Mm-hmm.
Jeans need to make a comeback. All right.
I think they're still out there, but okay.
Well, not really.
Okay.
How do you want to be remembered by your family?
Somebody who was loving and caring and always tried to make people laugh, and who could be counted on to be there when needed. Very supportive, and tried to teach people, as much as he possibly could, to try and help them be better when they get out there on their own.
And a smartass.
And be a smartass.
Yeah. Is there something you hope to achieve in the next few years?
Yeah, staying healthy.
Staying healthy. Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm good.
Okay. All right. This is kind of redundant. What advice would you give me as I navigate my own life?
Redundant.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're done with those questions.
Okay.
Was there
any
any?
other surprises for me? Or...
No.
No?
No.
Okay. How did I do? Okay.
All right, for old guy.
Okay, not bad. All right, well, it was a pleasure. For those of you who are out there who enjoyed my act, thank you for being, I guess, fans. I appreciate the fact that you enjoyed my act. And hopefully it had a positive impact on you, not a negative impact on you. But other than that, I just want to say thank you for your interest and being somebody who appreciates what I do or what I did, and that's it, I guess. But thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
And if you play Diablo 4 online, drop your gamer tag. We'll play with you. I think that's it.
Okay.